Welcome back. More pro-Palestinian protests are taking over American college campuses. Watch this. Okay, that was Friday at New York University's library, where students and faculty were involved. They interrupted students and studying with their chants, leaving some students to express fear about going to school as anti-Israeli sentiments are growing on that campus, as is the case at many. Joining us right now is Nathan. He is a senior at NYU who saw the protest. He joins us live. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
That's, as a Jewish kid on that campus where there's so much anti-Israel hate, how does that make you feel?
It makes us feel scared. It makes us feel scared to go to class, scared to wear a Jewish star out in public. You know, a campus that really promotes diversity and inclusion. Right now, about 15% of their population feels alienated, they feel unvoiced, they feel unheard. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. What about the leadership? What about the people who run the school? What do they say?
Nothing, and that's the issue, right? They haven't spoken out. You know, I'm a large proponent of the First Amendment, even when I don't agree with it. I understand there's two sides to a conflict, and even if I don't agree with your opinion, you have a right to voice that opinion.
Right.
But once it steps over into that boundary of anti-Semitism, that's when we need to draw the line. Also,
historically, at your school, the library has always kind of been like Switzerland. It's a safe space. Not last Friday.
Exactly. It's supposed to be a neutral space. It's supposed to be a place where students come together. It's really the focal point of NYU, and once NYU lets that happen in their library and security stands by without doing anything and nobody shuts it down and students feel unsafe, what's next after that?
Yeah, that's a good point. We have been talking over the last week or two about how a New York University law school student, in fact, the president of the NYU Law School Student Bar Association, apparently had a job offer rescinded because she had an anti-Israeli message.
Yeah, she directly supported what happened in the attacks on Saturday, October 7th. She didn't condemn what happened. She said that it was a form of resistance, and that was really scary to send out to a body of students.
So what about other students at your school, though? Do they see that and say, hey, if I speak out in favor of Palestine, it's going to be bad for me?
No, not at all. And there's thousands of students that gathered for pro-Palestinian protests in Washington Square Park and chanting Intifada, which historically has been a saying that incites violence towards the Jews, chanting from the river to the sea. If we're going from the river to the sea, where's Israel going? Where are the 2 million Arabs that live in Israel going? And it's professors too that are part of this, and that's the scary part.
That is scary because when you go to class, there's that guy who is just chanting against me.
Exactly, exactly. You see professors, you see your TAs, and it's just scary to be on campus.
Yeah, it is indeed. And in fact, I understand, Nathan, a number of very wealthy donors for a number of big Ivy League schools have said, you know, you guys got to come out with a statement. I know Harvard's kind of in some hot water with some of their big donors. How about at NYU?
Not that I've heard of so far. I know there are a lot of parties that are really upset by what's being happened. In front of the Tisch building, there was students that tore down pictures of kidnapped children, babies, families. And, you know, that's where it steps into anti-Semitism. Nothing about that is political. It's about trying to bring innocent civilians home. And that's not a place to be doing that.
Sure. And those people who tear down those posters, are they deniers? Do they think what happened on October 7th didn't actually happen?
I mean, I guess so, or they support this form of resistance. They try and mask it behind anti-Zionism, but in reality, those two are one and the same. Anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism are the same to us. Hamas is not chanting death to Israel, they're chanting death to the Jews. So when you support that and you're actively being a part of that, that's anti-Semitism, blatantly.
So at your school, they're chanting death to the Jews, and you're Jewish.
Yeah, I mean, not directly, but in a way, yeah, they're inciting that. They're supporting what's going on.
Regarding that, the protest on Friday, the school put out this statement. They said, free expression is a bedrock principle for the university. The protesters were informed that hanging banners and using amplification in the library or otherwise disrupting operations at the university violates the university's rules, and the protest ended shortly thereafter. Given the heightened sensitivity around current events, we expect that people will exercise free expression respectfully and responsibly. How do you feel about that statement?
I don't think it hits it on the head at all. I don't think it's going to stop students from doing that again in the future. It doesn't show support with our Jewish students. We need solidarity. We need to know that our campus supports us and cares for us. It's in these times that we're scared and there's terror being inflicted on our people that we look to the community around us to support us and uplift us. And they haven't done that at all. We have not received statements since the second day that this happened. Since October 8th, the president of NYU has not came out and spoken about what's happened.
Yeah. It's tough. Nathan, thank you very much for stopping by and telling us your story.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.